The Interior Department's internal watchdog says Secretary Ryan Zinke has failed to keep complete records of his taxpayer-financed travel, hampering an investigation into his use of private charter flights for government business. Deputy Inspector General Mary Kendall said her investigation, quote, has been delayed by absent or incomplete documentation for several pertinent trips and a review process that failed to include proper documentation, end quote. Kendall said Interior employees have cooperated with her office, but said investigators have found the documentation and adherence to department policies are, quote, deficient and without proper management, oversight, and accountability, end quote. Zinke's brushed off news reports that he took at least 3 private flights, costing taxpayers a total of $20,000 since taking office in March, saying all his travel is ethical and went through the proper due diligence. On Wednesday at about 4:30, a member of our Town Square Media family found herself the victim of a local crime. Angel from Alt FM 101.5 said her Jeep was taken from right outside her home and that she didn't even know what happened until she got a very odd phone call.
I was just cooking dinner and a friend of mine called and said, hey, your Jeep is parked in the middle of Higgins downtown and there's a naked man who got out of it and he's dancing around in the street. Other reports say that he was only missing his shirt. By the time I saw him in the cop car, he definitely didn't have a shirt. He's wearing a jacket in the mugshot, which I wish he would have been wearing inside my car. I probably have cooties now.
The suspect, Tyrone Silva, was quickly taken into custody as his driving and erratic behavior caught the eye of many Missoulians who called 911. Some reported seeing the vehicle driving in reverse down Broadway. Police spokesman Travis Welsh explains.
911 received a call of a traffic offense occurring in the 1500 block of Toole Avenue. The report was that a male was acting strangely and driving a vehicle matching the description of the stolen one in circles at a convenience store there. The 29-year-old Silva was placed under arrest.
Silva is facing a charge of felony theft for stealing the vehicle, a charge of obstructing a peace officer for giving a false name to authorities, misdemeanor theft for stealing items from inside the vehicle, and criminal mischief for damaging the vehicle inside and out, with some eyewitnesses reporting he hit a propane tank during his reverse driving spree. Much has been made of a $227 million hole in the Montana budget that spurred the special session of the Montana legislature this week. However, according to Legislative Finance Committee Chair Nancy Balance, one of the big debates among Republicans was whether or not the deficit was even real.
We actually don't know that the budget shortfall was even real, and we won't know that until probably middle of next year. The problem is it's all based on a forecast, an estimate of what's going to happen by the middle of 2019. And that crystal ball is not available to anyone. So we came in and we fixed it. It may turn out that it wasn't real.
Many have speculated that Montana's revenue issues may change after new tax policies at the federal level. They believe speculators are holding out on reporting capital gains and that personal income is currently underreported. Balance said the legislature placed extra rules for Governor Steve Bullock to follow if the budget picture does change.
Typically, the executive branch has the option of putting the money back where they want it. We did not want that to happen. We wanted to have some say in how that went back, which funds it went back to, what the priorities were. So we set that in statute. We reduced the governor's cuts in appropriations so he can't put them back without following the plan we laid out.
Balance says money must first go to the general fund and to a budget stabilization fund and to alleviate pressure caused by the cuts. The Keystone XL pipeline, the Keystone pipeline, has leaked 210,000 gallons of oil in rural South Dakota, but officials don't believe it has polluted any water. The pipeline operator, TransCanada, said it has shut down the system, and the state has sent an inspector to the site near the border with North Dakota. According to U.S. government data, there have been 17 oil leaks in the U.S., larger than the new spills since 2010. But it comes just 4 days before Nebraska regulators are due to announce their final decision on whether a major expansion of the pipeline system, called Keystone XL, can pass through the state. The expansion has been fiercely opposed by environmentalists, American Indian tribes, and some landowners. President Trump has approved the permit for the operation. When it comes to sexual intimacy, the new standard for dating is explicit consent, according to a new campaign launched this week by Make Your Move, part of Missoula City County Relationship Violence Services. Prevention specialist Brenna Merrill said explicit consent is a clarification of new laws passed in the 2017 legislature that redefined consent in sexual crime statutes.
Being able to add the, definition of consent, which is that that you've clearly received a yes, or you clearly know your partner is agreeing to that sexual activity. That makes it a lot clearer to prosecute, but it also makes it a lot clearer for everyone who wants to engage in sexual activity.
Merrill said explicit consent will help to clarify the intent when both people understand clearly what the activity will include.
You have a couple who's sitting there talking, they're wanting to get intimate, and it's like, hey, do you wanna? But what does do you wanna mean, right? Like, I could say yes to that thinking we just want to kiss, but you're actually thinking that you want to have sex.
Merrill said there are videos and posters dramatizing the message online at makeconsentexplicit.org, and there's a link on our website. Montana Senior Senator Jon Tester held a teletown meeting this week, took calls on a variety of topics, including attempts to balance the federal budget by reducing long-term care programs for seniors.
There are ways that we can get this budget under control, but I'm telling you, taking it out of programs that impact seniors, like this long-term care program, it has some pretty negative effects on our senior population, and it's particularly harmful because that's not who we are as a country.
Tester took another call from someone concerned about raising the age that seniors could qualify for Social Security.
If you ran a jackhammer, you might be in real tough shape in your 50s. If you did something that was less stressful, that might work for you. So I think that we ought to tackle our debt, but I think we ought to be very, very careful when we start talking about raising retirement age.
And Tester said he sponsored a bill to support those who provide care for the elderly at home.
I've got a couple bills that will support caregivers. The first one would direct federal agencies to create a plan to better support those caregivers, which is important. And the other one is to give a tax credit to family members who are caregivers. I think both of these will help, and I think it will help make up some of the wages.
Tester's running for re-election with 6 opponents so far vying for the Republican nomination. News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
A winter weather advisory is posted today for areas of light snow. A trace to as much as 2 inches will be possible in the Missoula and Bitterroot Valley. Highs today will be in the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.